Hey guys, this is Shay, the producer of the Bacon Bits podcast. Can you believe we're coming up on 2 years? So wild. It has been so fun connecting with John and being able to create this podcast and go on this journey alongside him. We have come such a long way from our first episode in 2022. So many listeners from around the world have tuned in to experience life-changing information and insights into having a balanced life with John. We would like to honor him by sending him a birthday/podcast anniversary gift for the work he has done. Any gift size would be appreciated. You can find the donation link in the description of every podcast episode. And as always, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because without the support of you all, none of this would be possible.
Family, yeah. Welcome to the Bacon Bits podcast, baby, where we are celebrating 2 years of podcasting episodes of the Bacon Bit podcast. Man, we are excited. We are happy. We are super grateful, super thankful for the privilege and honor to come to you every Wednesday and give bits of information, man. And we want you to apply it immediately. Fam, this is exciting. I mean, it's been a blessing to be serving you for these last 2 years. Today just happens to be my birthday, and I'm super grateful. The big 5-7, man. And I just wanted to take this episode to think back on some of the topics and some of the things that we've talked about in these last 2 years. You already know the foundation of everything I believe and everything I stand for when it comes to fam. I want you to have the 5. I want you to have the 5 areas of life to be blessed. I believe every person on this planet has to deal with these 5 areas, and it's so important. And those 5 areas have always been and always will be for me. You got to deal with your finances, man. Ain't nothing like the stress of finances. So every time we had an episode about finances, whether it was about insurance or trying to get a business started or being a blessing to somebody, man, get your finances in order. Budgeting, we got what kind of investments you want to do. We're going to be bringing up some episodes about that even more. But family, please do me a favor. We love talking about finances and getting those things in order, because I do not want finances being in the way of your many blessings that you can have in store for your life. It's crazy to think in Arizona, and I'm just going to use Arizona because that's the only part I know of, honestly, where our minimum wage is $14.35. And if you time that by 40, time that by 40 hours a week, time that by 50 weeks a year, time that by 47, because from 18 to 65, you will have made $1.3 million in your life. That's on minimum wage for 47 years. None of us want to make minimum wage for the rest of our life, obviously. And I know that's not including taxes, because I know I'm hearing some smarties saying, but that ain't counting taxes. But that ain't even the point. The fact that you made 1.3 million in your lifetime on the lowest of low end lets you know we got to figure out how to handle these finances. And I don't want that to become between your marriage. I don't want that to become between raising your kids the best as you possibly can. I do not want that putting that stress on your body. So that's one of the areas we love talking about is finances. Second, we love talking about relationships. That's why I love having episodes with my queen on here. And we sitting down and getting a chance to really talk about some of the things that can make a great marriage. You've heard me have an episode with one of my beautiful children, Sierra Valencia Bacon, having a daddy-daughter moment. And you will hear some more moments with some of my other babies in this up-and-coming year. And some more episodes, obviously, with my queen. Because I want you guys to have phenomenal relationships, whether it's with your co-workers, whether it's with your family, immediate family, with your significant other, whatever that may be, parenting, all that. We want you to have a phenomenal relationships in your life, because that's important to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man, it's almost like life or death, because you're gonna have to be around people anyway. So, man, enjoy them physically. You know I am a physical fitness advocate, man. I know professional bodybuilder. I ain't trying to weigh out every calorie and every ounce of what I eat and what I drink and all that. But family, As soon as you learn something new, implement it. As soon as you find out one little thing, because remember, we always talk about baking bits. That's the reason why we call it bits. We want you to take a bit of the information that you heard on one of the episodes, and we want you to immediately take that piece of information and apply it to your life, whether it's having ginger shots in the morning for breakfast, for inflammation, for your stomach, whether it is drinking more water, because just like we take showers to clean our bodies on the outside, we need to clean our bodies on the inside. Whether it is eating avocados, which are healthy fats for your brain. And I can go on and on, like literally telling you about health stuff, because I love talking about health stuff, because man, your body is a temple. You have got to take care of it, fam. Don't wait till the end of your life and be like, man, I could have maybe prevented some of that, literally dementia, some of that Alzheimer's, literally by some of the nutrients that my body is needing, that desperately needs, and I ain't taking care of it. I ain't doing no kind of body movement to make sure that my body is operating as tip-top shape. Like I said, we ain't trying to win the Olympics. I ain't trying to go to senior Olympics. I'm just trying to live my best life. I want to be healthy. I want to walk around like I do now, 10, 20, 30 years from now, with no aches and no pains, because I'm doing the little things that I learn and get a chance to share with you about taking care of your body, making sure you're getting proper rest, man. Get that sleep. You desperately need it, man. So please, and whatever amount of hours of sleep that you need. I know we try to say, the typical 8 hours. And if that's what you need, that's what you need. If you're a teenager, like my teenagers were, guess what? Them jokers were sleeping all the time. Why is that? Because we were in our growing spurts and we had to sleep even more. So there's a reason why, my daughters are a little taller than the typical daughters. There's a reason why my sons are taller than the typical sons. It's because, man, they had that sleep time. And I always tell people, man, get that sleep in. Yeah, they got the genetics too, but it's also that sleep time. Let your babies get that sleep, moms and dads. They're not being lazy. It's this growing spurt that they're going through. So let them sleep, fam. Something that's huge is, man, please watch your mind. Please, 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 please. We have never in the history of our world, especially in my 56 years of remembering, we've never talked about depression and anxiety like we do today. Never, 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 never. I know we used to, hold in a lot of information. I know we used to not, talk about our issues out loud like we do in this day and time. But we got to talk about it, man. What is holding us back from having what we need to stop having all this stress? We are not, as human beings, designed to carry stress, family. We are not. Slow down and be in this present moment. Please don't be in a hurry to get to that goal or that dream, because let me be honest with you. Some of it, you ain't supposed to obtain the goal. Wait a minute. What you say now? Just because you had a goal don't mean you need to obtain it. I have a goal of being a healthy 100. Let's just use that one. Fam, I might not make it to 100. Would that be a disappointment? Would that be? No. Fam, I try to do the best I can to live my best life and to aim for this goal. And in the process, I lived a better life. So sometimes the goals that you try to set, long if you have something to shoot for, we're designed to aim at something so we can hit the target. But if we ain't got no goals and dreams to hit, fam, it's easy to get distracted. So family, be in the present moment. Be in this moment right here, right now, listening to this podcast and learning what you need to learn so you can implement it in your life and live your best life. Why is this anniversary so important? Because I get to talk about those things and so many more. The things of diffusion in your head. Family, there's an inner battle that's going on in your life. We are 3-part beings. We are body, soul, and spirit. And they are constantly fighting each other. Constantly. And since they are constantly fighting each other, we need to be aware of what's the internal battle that's going on in our lives, in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls. We need to acknowledge there's a battle going on. Sometime when you can't figure out, man, I'm doing the best I can with what I got, and I feel like I'm still having such a battle that's going on. That's when you got to go to the deeper issues and the spiritual battles of what's going on in your life. So you're always going to have diffusion, and you're always going to be hearing voices. Let's talk about it out loud. You're always going to be hearing voices. Which voices are you paying attention and listening to? If the voices you are hearing are not good, you might need some medication. for your depression and anxiety. But more than likely, you got to watch out what's being inputted into your mind so that you will think better, have better coping skills on how to deal with life. Family, we need to understand what are our values. What are those things that we need to hold on to? We've talked about that over the course of these episodes, man. I want you to have a life that's full of values. You have a direction and goals of where you want to go in life, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do. Please, family, don't let's live every day where you just get up, eat breakfast, go to work, come home, eat dinner, watch TV, go to bed, and we're doing the same thing over and over and over again. I want you living your best life. I want you to be in this moment and say, you know what? I am super proud of myself. I'm super grateful for where God has me at, and I'm thankful for the life that I have. I have a attitude of gratitude. I have a thankfulness of what is going on in my life. I wrote it down of what I'm super appreciative and super grateful and thankful for. So family, please find out what those values are for you and stand on your values. Be unmovable, unshakable, be strong. Plant your feet in the ground and stand on what you believe in. Because if you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Family, what are you willing to be committed to? We always want you to be committed to making moves and having action, having committed action to do something. Why do we always say valuable information applied equals success? We want you to take what you know and apply it. I do not want you battling with yourself no more between your head and your heart, and you fighting yourself on living your best life. You literally don't have a clue of where you want to go and what you want to do. That's why we go and say, go back and listen to some of the episodes of the past and see which ones are going to work for you to get the information you need. Because let's just be honest, some of us can't afford, therapy. Some of us can't afford a counselor. Some of us maybe can't afford that. I know we're supposed to say this is supposed to be entertainment. Fam, this ain't entertainment. This is life-changing stuff that if you take it and apply it, I guarantee you'll be writing me a review, which I hope you do, and saying the great things that were said in these podcasts that help change your life to live your best life. Or you were able to give some of this advice to somebody else by listening to the podcast, and they can have their best life. But I really want you to think about that. What is it that you know that I need to be committed to so I can see the results? Successful people do daily what most people do occasionally. I want us to literally understand, I've got to be committed to this. I want to be healthy. I want a great and dynamic marriage. I want a fruitful and healthy marriage. I want to have great kids. I want to have kids that once they grow up and go out the house, they want to come back. They want to talk to me. They want to call me on the phone. They want to spend time with me. They want to eat meals together. That's the kind of life that you want. But we got to be consistent and be committed to some actions of living our best life. Family, there are some things in life you got to accept. This is the mental part we love talking about on the Bacon Pits podcast. What are some of the things that you just have to accept? I got to accept that I'm getting older. I got to accept that the people around me are getting older and passing away, and some of them are passing away, younger than me. So that's a part about life that, guess what? Don't take anything or anybody in your life for granted. Really appreciate them and love on them and be encouraging, uplifting to the people that you love, because you never know what they're going through. Sometimes, people going to say the, flippant answer. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. Everything is all right. No, it's not. I can hear the way you're saying it, or life shouldn't just be all right. I believe you can be happy a lot of the times. Oh, you're talking to me. I sure believe you can do that. But guess what? Sometimes we go through stuff, and so you got to have a team of people around you that you can be honest with, be transparent with, be open with, and you can tell them what's going on in your life. And sometimes I don't want answers. Sometimes I just want to be heard. There are some people that's in my life that give me great wisdom and great knowledge, and I got to apply it so it can become wisdom. So that's what you got to have, a team of people around you to help you live your best life, So family, we've dealt with the mind, and then I love talking about the spiritual aspect. I love it. And because Jesus Christ is my personal Lord and Savior, I'm always going to come from that vantage point. That fam, there are some things in life that we have so much guilt and so much shame for that in our own ability, we can't take it away. And Jesus said he died on the cross for my sins. So sometimes just coming to him and confessing that, coming to him to confess that I want a relationship with him and everything that comes with it. Because when he said, what did this world gonna come to do? I really believe it. The world comes to steal, kill, and destroy your life. I really believe that. But what did Jesus come to do? He came to give you life and life more abundantly. What is life more abundantly? Finances, his own head. We talk about that on here. Having healthy relationships. We talk about that on here. How to have a healthy life. We talk about that on here. How to have your mind be sharp and aware and be in the moment and enjoy where you're at. We talk about that on here. And how to get closer to God. We talk about that on here. Yes, God said he wants you to have a full life. But the question is, what are you doing to get that full life? What are you applying to your life that will help you get to where you want to be at? I know sometimes it seems like I make it so easy and I make it so like plain. You be like, it's got to be deeper than that. And I'm going to be honest with you. In these 57 years I've been living, it really is something simple. What happens is sometimes we take it for granted. Sometimes we don't really appreciate the moments that we have. We got a God that says all things works together for good to them that love God. My job ain't to lie to people and say it's going to be good for everybody. If you love God and are called according to his purpose, he wants to take everything in your life and for you to have a learning lesson from it. Even the things that's painful, even the things that hurt. He wants literally, he said, in all things give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus. Family, all things. We are going through some tumultuous times right now. All things, the economy is going crazy right now. All things, the relationship is stressful right now. All things, man, I'm dealing with some health issues right now. All things, give thanks. My mind is going crazy. I'm about to lose my damn mind. All things, what am I supposed to learn from the all things? It's a good question, and I got to figure that out. What is the all things, man? I love that since we've been doing this episode, and this is our 2-year anniversary, and it just happens to be my birthday at the same time. Fam, this is everything I think about constantly all the time. You won't hear me talking about how to fix cars and fix phones and how to build a building and how the economy gonna go. I ain't no economist and all that. Fam, I'm just gonna talk about the daily, everyday struggles that people go through and that need some answers to life. I want to be that average John, not average Joe. I want to be that average John that gets through their lives and say, you know what, man, I really feel good of where I'm at in this moment. I want to live my best life. And if I take the small bits of information given to me on a daily basis and I actually apply it to my life, I will be where I want to be. I don't want what to happen is, man, when those situations come up in your life, and man, we had those moments. Y'all know it. It's life or death. There's some decisions that's gonna happen in our life. There's a life or death. There are some once in a lifetime opportunities that's gonna come up, man. I believe in my heart, and you get about 5 or 10 of them at the most. That's they lifetime opportunity. This is not no, run of the mill. You can study and you can earn this, and you can. No, there are some moments that you have, like. August the 14th of 1988, when I gave my life to Jesus. That was one of those moments when God called me to teach his word on July the 3rd of 2000. That's one of those moments. December 17th of 2008, when I met my habanero sugar. That's one of those moments. Family, I can call out the moments by dates that those situations, when I had them, they changed my life forever. Literally, it was, I could tell you that almost those dates. I remember when my boy Robert Duckett introduced me to working out at 18. That was pivotal for me. It makes me still work out today, 38 years later. Family, there are certain times and certain things that happen in your life that are monumental moving points in your life. And you got to be aware that, man, this day, this moment right here. I remember almost what I was wearing, what I was thinking, the mindset I was in, who I was with. I can tell you almost every time those life-changing moments that I'll never be able to repay the people and God himself enough for those moments that have stuck in my mind forever. But what got me, I remember a guy named Dan Benson wrote a book called The Total Man. And that's what motivated me, encouraged me to write The Balanced Life, because I was like, man, I want to have the whole thing. That's always been my dream. I want to have the whole thing. I see people that's rich. Guess what? I want some of that, but I don't want their marriage. I don't want the strife and the bitterness their kids have towards them. I don't want that. I just want some of that money. I see some people that have some phenomenal marriages. Ooh, been married for 55. I got a couple that's Dave and Judy Strong that I love dearly. They've been married for 62 years. They've been married longer than I've been living. I want their marriage. I ain't gonna lie to you. They stuff is beautiful. They do ministry together. It's phenomenal. I want that. Man, I want that. Family. There's people that's older than me, that's in better health than me. And I'm like, man, I sure do want some of that. But sometimes you see parts of people's lives that they have a dynamic part that was beautiful. And then you see the other parts of their life, you be like, man, I don't want that. I want to get to a point where I live a life where I say, you know what? I want somebody to say, I want all of that. I want everything that brother got. I want it. I want it. And it's not for people to be jealous or envious of what I have. I want to give them the principles of, you know what? I sit down long enough with my life and say, okay, these are the areas that's working. These are the areas that's not working. And I want to make sure that I'm living my best life in everything that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not perfect. Don't even admit to trying to do that. And let me help you out with you. You ain't perfect either. If you get that only Jesus was perfect, and all of us just have to, deal with what we have. Family, live your best life and do the best that you can. And can you be honest and transparent with me when I just asked that question? Are you doing the best you can? Or are you settling? Family, looking back over my life, let me tell you, you don't want to settle for nothing. You want to get to the point where I want the best of what my life can possibly be. And family, these 2 years have been a blessing. These 57 years have been a blessing. Good times, bad times, for sickness and in health, for richer or for poor, family, till death. I want to live this best life I can possibly live. And I got to do that with my relationship with God. More importantly, Jesus Christ. I got to do that with my mental capacity, physical being, my relationships, and my health. Family, it's been a blessing serving you. And I told you, I want to serve you for another 2 years or more, God willing. I want us all to come together and say, you know what, man, we are living our best life. And we know it's just about taking the bits of information that we already know, plus the information you learn on these podcasts, and applying it to your life so you can absolutely live your best life. Fam, it's been a blessing and an honor. Love you guys. Keep living your best life, one bit at a time. God bless. All right, what's up, family? It's your boy John Bacon from the Bacon Bits Podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook, actually. It's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith. Because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife. This is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. So you can pick that up on Amazon, also on audiobook. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings. And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number one, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless.